Hi friends, today we're going to tackle one of the most talked about topics, myths about marital and partner infidelity. Everyone has their own ideas about what cheating means, why it happens, and who is prone to it. But which of these are true and which are just stereotypes? In this video, I'll talk about the most common myths that often mislead us. You'll be surprised how many of them have nothing to do with reality. What is cheating in a relationship? Cheating is one partner having an affair on the side that appears to the other partner to jeopardize their relationship. Most people think that cheating is only sexual contact between a partner and another person. But there are people who refer to it, for example, secret spicy correspondence of his partner in social networks. For some people, cheating is a partner's meetings with a close person, even if they don't have sex. And it is all really cheating if a person feels cheated and betrayed. In modern society, it is also considered cheating to break agreements. For example, people meet on a dating app, start dating and agree to delete the app. But one of the couple continues to use it secretly. The other will naturally feel cheated. Another characteristic of cheating is that it affects the relationship. However, this impact is not always negative and does not necessarily lead to a breakup. Let's take a look at the most popular myths about cheating. Myth number 1, cheating is about sex on the side as mentioned above. Cheating is not so much about sex per se, but about the loss of trust and the threat to the security of the relationship. Cheating can be emotional, and it often hurts far more than physical cheating. Myth number 2, if I've been cheated on, it means I'm not loved. This is probably the most common myth. People make a lot of mistakes in life and then regret it. Cheating can happen, for example, in a drunken state, under the influence of the environment or some other circumstances. And it absolutely does not mean that the cheater has fallen out of love with his or her partner. Cheating does not always determine the feelings a person has for a partner. Even those who have long-term affairs on the side can't always say with certainty that they don't love their other half. Myth number 3, those who cheat more often are those who lack something in a relationship. Some people believe that if you surround a loved one with attention, constantly take care of him or her, or even hyperparent him or her, he or she will not cheat. First, it is worth saying once again that cheating is often an unconscious step, and it has nothing to do with the behavior or actions of the one who has been cheated on. Second, hyperparenting does not make anyone happy. More often, on the contrary, it deprives a person of the ability to make informed choices and pushes for rash actions necessary to feel independent. In fact, infidelity is less frequent in relationships where the partners feel themselves on equal footing. They do everyday life together, spend their free time together, and plan the future based on the wishes of both of them, take care of the children and each other. The emotional bond in such relationships is much stronger, and such partners appreciate each other much more. Unfortunately, a person who has been cheated on is often tormented by guilt. He or she feels like he or she didn't love enough or didn't pay enough attention. But know that blaming yourself is probably the most ineffective strategy, especially if the guilt is caused by the other person's behavior. Myth number 4, there is no cheating in a good relationship. First of all, there is no such thing as a perfect relationship. Disagreements or misunderstandings always happen, and this is normal. Secondly, cheating can also occur in a relationship that the cheater is completely satisfied with. This point echoes the first one. The fact of infidelity does not characterize the couple and the relationship of the partners. The reasons for infidelity can be very diverse, and often they have nothing to do with the climate within the couple. Myth number 5, jealousy can be the cause of infidelity. Perhaps jealousy, bordering on a sense of possessiveness and hypercontrol, can really create such an atmosphere in a couple that the partner strangled by it will eventually be tempted to try to enter into a more relaxed and supportive relationship. A desperate person may proceed from the logic, since I am still not trusted and constantly suspected of cheating, why not go for it? However, in fact, even in this case, the feeling of jealousy is not the main reason for cheating. If you feel that you cannot trust your partner, contact a family therapist. It is also worth remembering that it is impossible to keep silent and relive feelings in yourself, even if it is something unpleasant like jealousy. It usually signals that a person does not feel safe in a relationship, and it is normal to discuss this with your partner. Myth number 6, communication between a man and a woman necessarily has a sexual connotation. Friendship between a man and a woman can be sincere and without signs of sexual objectification, treating a person as a sexual object. However, the friends that your partner and you have should become your couple's friends. If a partner carefully protects the secret of communication with his friend or girlfriend, then there is really a reason to think about it. It happens that friends turn one partner against another, which then leads to conflicts and misunderstandings within the couple. Therefore, if your partner has a friend with whom he does not even want you to meet, it is better to find out the real reason for this behavior. Myth number 7: men are naturally polygamous and women are monogamous. In fact, both men and women as a species are equally non-monogamous. And the desire to build or not to build a relationship or family with one partner is primarily due to upbringing, culture, and laws. Yes, we hear more often about male infidelity than female infidelity. But this is only because male infidelity is not considered something shameful in society, and some men do not try to hide it even from their wives. At the same time, female infidelity is always strongly condemned, and a woman has to carefully conceal it, among other things because of the fear of physical or psychological abuse by her partner. Myth number 8: cheating is the end of a relationship. About 1 in 3 relationships not only survive cheating, but even help them grow stronger. What happens is that people realize they are not ready to lose this relationship and strive to become better for the sake of preserving it. Yes, cheating can be a steep turn in life, but whether it becomes final depends a lot on people and on circumstances. Myth number 9: cheating always destroys relationships. It would be more correct to say that cheating makes a relationship different because it causes complex emotions in one or both partners and a sense of loss. The one who has been cheated on may feel hurt by the loss of trust and security, obsessively replaying in his or her head the scenario of the affair of a loved one. The one who has been cheated on often feels guilty. However, this does not necessarily mean that the couple will eventually break up or that the relationship will deteriorate. As psychologists point out, sometimes partners can even become closer after cheating. But this will not happen magically. Both people have to be focused on rebuilding the relationship and ready for the fact that it just won't. You will have to work through the problem, including going through unpleasant feelings, hard conversations, and so on. Infidelity is still a popular cause of divorce. Myth #10 people usually cheat with strangers. A common plot in movies. The hero goes to a bar, has a drink, meets someone, and in the morning wakes up in someone else's bed with a sore head and feelings of guilt. In fact, more often than not, sex on the side happens with someone the person knows well. Moreover, before reaching intimacy, people probe the ground. They correspond, exchange photos, and so on. Myth #11 this myth is common among those who have been cheated on. He, she, was just unhappy, but it won't happen to me again. He, she, will definitely be faithful to me. It does happen, but in general, the statistics on this matter are not very optimistic. The probability of cheating is 3.5 times higher for people who have done it before. However, those who have only really crossed the line once also exist. Myth #12 people who are dependent on their partner do not cheat, they are economically dependent. There is an opinion that a person who earns nothing himself and lives at the expense of his partner should be more faithful. After all, he will have a hard time outside the relationship. In fact, the opposite is true. Such people cheat more often. Moreover, a financially dependent man is more prone to infidelity than a dependent woman. There is also interesting data for a more successful partner in terms of money. While a man's income is less than 70% of the family budget, he is the more faithful, the more he earns. And once this bar is reached, it is easier to cheat again. A woman who earns more than her partner is more faithful at any income. Myth #13 men cheat more often than women. Let's put it this way. It's not exactly a myth. Men are slightly more active in their infidelity, but the gap between the sexes is not very significant. It is also worth considering that such data is usually obtained from surveys, so you have to rely on the honesty of the respondents. And women may find it more difficult to admit to infidelity because of societal expectations. Under the age of 34, about the same number of men and women report infidelity. The difference starts to grow among older people and becomes more statistically significant over the years. For example, in the group from 20 to 29 years old, 11% of men and 10% of women cheat. In the 8th 10, 26% of men and 13% of women. Although this may be due not so much to age per se, but rather to the fact that people belong to different generations with different views on the issue of fidelity. So, myths about adultery can greatly distort our perceptions of what goes on in a relationship. If you have your own thoughts on this or know of similar myths, share in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, put a like and click on the bell so you don't miss the next episodes. Thanks for watching, and may your relationship be sincere and trusting.